Hello guys and welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson. Today we are talking about how to release trauma. Today's video is going to be a big deep dive, so do make sure to like, share and subscribe. Comment down below if you find that video helpful or you just want to say hey, really helps the channel. Also please join my free Facebook group. So guys, I've had some trauma myself this week, okay? Before I go into it, the free Facebook group's called The Healing Circle. The link is in the description. Come and join it, man. There's nearly 200 of us there helping each other to grow, manifest, heal and create. It's beautiful. So this week I went through some trauma myself, you know? Well, when I say myself, it was at the behest of my son. He got injured at school. Now, I'm not going to go into massive details on it because, you know, I'm a private person, but it really was an injury that meant we had to get emergency dental treatment. And he's old enough to have his adult teeth, so it was really sad. So it really hit us, you know? And obviously when you're doing this kind of work, you know, you're getting things in front of you that feel good and great. And sometimes life does throw you a curveball out of nowhere anyway. And it was a real shock, you know, I felt myself reacting for the first time in a long time. And then that whole weekend there, I had this trauma. At the time of when it happened, I went into, you know, easy protection mode, keep my son happy mode, you know, and it was kind of like everything was not too bad. We were okay. We were getting there. But then as the days went on, the trauma just hit and hit and hit. And I felt it in my body, you know, physically. The next day, it felt like my body had been through a UFC match or something, you know, that trauma. So I wanted to talk to you about how to let go of trauma because I've had other traumatic things in my life and worked through them. How do we let go of that trauma though? How was I able to work through this trauma? You know, so I want to talk to you about this. Obviously, anyone who's worried there, my son you know, he's been looked after by a great dentist and everything's getting sorted out. So thank you for that. If you are worried, for yourselves who are struggling with some trauma, okay, let me break it down for you. Trauma is just a highly intense emotional reaction to something that gets stuck in the body. That's what it is. So that was a really big emotional hit of adrenaline, chemical rushes, all the different things like that. Just hit me, smacked me in the face, boom. Okay? And so then from there, I'm like, oh my gosh, my body doesn't know how to release that energy, that amount of energy and fear and shock quickly. You know? And if I'm not wise to my emotions, if I'm not aware of my emotions, that it's going to stay there for a long time. So some of you could have had a very traumatic breakup, you know, a death in the family or an injury in the family, something, you know, or an injury to yourself, something that just really made you hold on to some energy and trauma. How do we release it? So we have to look at it as our body, it's a sorting station. So when you eat, it sorts out the food and gets rid of the waste. When you drink, it sorts out the liquid, gets rid of the waste, you know? And your heart actually is the sorting station of your energy. So you've got your lower centers, yeah? You've got your heart center and then you've got your upper center. So when you're going through trauma, often that is felt around the whole body, okay? But we start to then not want to deal with the energy, so we push it down into the lower centers and it starts to hold there and get stuck, and it comes up to the heart, but there's a block and it keeps getting pushed down again, comes up to be dealt with and we push it down again, comes up to be sorted out through the heart, pushed down again. What happens then? Just like if you never went to the toilet and released the waste, you're going to get constipated or you're going to get a bladder infection. The same with your energy. If you don't sort this energy, if you don't let it move, it's going to get stuck and it's going to manifest in other ways, physical ways in your life, things like this. So to release the trauma, we have to start to just notice it, sit back from the energy and not associate ourselves with the energy. You don't you know, if you're feeling this real fear and whatever it is from the trauma, it's an experience you're having. It's not you. So we have to disassociate ourselves from that experience, from that feeling. So you sit back from the feeling, okay? You notice it. And when you just sit back and notice it without judgment, it naturally starts to move. As it starts to move, you might start to feel a level of uncomfort because you're going to have to deal with an emotion that maybe you weren't fully ready or aware to deal with. But as it moves, it's going to lift up through the heart, through that sorting station, and it's going to get uncomfortable, but you still keep breathing, you still keep relaxing into it. You let the flow happen, you keep relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. Breathe more, relax more. After a while, you're going to notice that your shoulders, your body and everything starts to relax and move. The energy is going to move. You're going to be able to feel some sort of peace. From that level of peace, if you keep going, you're going to naturally start to feel a wave and a rush of energy, because that energy now that has been able to be moved has made space for the energy to move in your body. And you're going to feel a release, okay? And it's going to feel quite mad. And you might be like, whoa, what is this? And get a bit shocked by it. But you keep breathing and you keep going through. On top of that, you can start to lay the intentions. I'm divinely guided. Divine peace is mine. Divine love is mine. I'm infinitely guided in love. I'm willing to let go. All of this is working out for me. When that happens, then we really start to feel the body relax and to take on these affirmations. So to release trauma, you just have to disassociate from the energy, notice it and move and let it move. Keep breathing, relax, let it move. You can do this, guys. You've got this. This is the short version. I'll try and go into bigger detail, but this is how I got through this weekend. Letting that trauma go, bringing myself back down to peace, moving forward with intent that my children are divinely protected. You know, we can lose our way sometimes, and that was a real reminder to me. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, share and subscribe. Comment down below. Take care.